recently, I haven't really raced like a full competitive season since 2019. I did one race for Grid Life in August of 22, the same one in August of 23 at Lime Rock both times.
What's up, guys? So we are down in Florida at our sister facility, BSI Racing. It's a racing shop based out of Daytona Beach, owned by my good friends Nick and Shay. This video is going to be pretty interesting. We're going racing, sort of big time racing. Eric with the Celica is going to be driving a GT4 Supra in the Roar Before the 24-hour, and we're going to get into it right now.
Practice yesterday, you know, I set a goal in my head as far as lap time I wanted to do. I got a little bit under it, so I was happy with that. Went out for second practice, was a little bit overconfident, and went off in turn 3 on cold tires. Just, you know, didn't have the grip. Then there was a red flag on that lap as well for somebody else, so that kind of cut the session short. And then never really got the feel back in the car, predominantly the feel in myself, but still didn't have my head right, didn't feel great after the session, so luckily we were able to find a sim to use in the area. It helped me a lot with where to put the car and really how to envision going into turn 1. Today I was able to take 2+ seconds off my fast lap and qualify. We qualified 6th. I had the fastest second sector of the whole group, so I'm very pleased with that. And then we have a race this afternoon at 2 o'clock. Good starting position, like I said, P6, and just trying to put it all together. And the goal, of course, is to finish, but I like to finish in the top 5. I think that's a, you know, reasonable goal.
54 something? 54.6, yeah.
So based on qualifying, we were going to start race 1 from 6th. And then when we got to the grid, which they had the pre-grid thing for fans to come around, I got to sign my first set of autographs and hats and t-shirts, which was pretty cool. We immediately noticed that there were only 4 GT4 cars in front of us instead of 5. So we started the first race in 5th. Overzealous in turn 1 on the first hot lap, and I broke as late as possible with tires that weren't ready for that, so I overshot turn 1, came back on track I think like 8th and 9th, wound up getting pulled back to 10th. Luckily, with about 10 minutes left in the race, there was a double yellow, so that reset the field naturally, and I was able to work my way up to finish in 6th. So qualified 6th, started 5th, finished 6th, first race of this caliber, so I'm pleased with my performance, even though I could critique myself to death. Having raced 2 weekends competitively since 2019, I'm very happy with where I'm at, very happy with my performance in the car and what I'm able to extract from it. So I'm starting a little bit further back than yesterday, so I'm just going to do the best I can to try to work through the cars in front of me, and top 5 finish is still the goal. And yeah, I mean, I'm very pleased, very happy, very grateful to be here. Yeah, I'm excited.